So recently Metro Boomin dropped a video showing how he made a beat by starting with the drums. So in this video I'm going to be testing that method out by starting with the drums and adding the melodies afterwards. So let's try it out and jump right into it. So opening up our blank FL here. First thing I'm going to do is delete all of those little preset sounds, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab some drum sounds. So I for sure want an 808. Grab me a little hi-hat, and we'll get open that, and we'll get another one for variation. I also got to get my snares too. So I got the main one and then the secondary one. I think this is all I'm going to start with for now. Per usual, the first thing I want to change is the tempo. I don't want something that's 130. I'm thinking something in the 150 range. So let's go with like 155 for this one. And I'm going to the 808 and turn the hold all the way up and everything else all the way down. And I'm just going to start with the 808 and just put down a super basic pattern. I'll start with a key of D minor and just make the bass notes super simple, insanely simple, just a little triplet hit, and then copy it over for the next 4 measures. So it'll just sound like this. The next thing I want to do is add my snare and just put this down on the 3rd beat of every measure. So in the channel rack, you just count the first before the color switch here. So you count 1, 2, 3, and then just go in here, highlight the top, and just duplicate it for the full pattern. Next thing I want to do is just put a little basic foundation for the snares, the secondary ones, and I'm just going to put this on the and beat here. So the and of 1 on the 2nd measure, and I'll probably do the and of 4 on the 3rd measure and the and of 1 on the 4th measure. And like the other 2 drum patterns before it, we're going to duplicate it for the 8th measure. Just hearing what we got so far, something basic like this. Now here's where a big key of the bounce comes in, which is the hi-hats. Normally at this tempo, you'd see a lot of producers using something like a 2-step. For this beat, I want it to be a little bit different. I'm just gonna go through and pencil the notes in manually, and I'm gonna start on the line snap to grid. And so for the first 3 notes, I'm just gonna follow the 808. And I'll probably just pencil in kind of like a pseudo 808 pattern with this, like where else I might play some 808s. And just duplicate that. And I'm just gonna copy this really basic pattern for the rest of it. So I'm just starting off real basic. I haven't done anything roll-wise with the hi-hats or the snares just yet. So I'm gonna go through and just throw in my open hats, and then we'll go ahead and add those. The reason why I'm keeping this real simple to begin with is because it's gonna be hard to add melodies on later. I'm gonna go ahead and put down this open hat, the longer one. Copy that over for the full. So that's cool. And then this little shorter one, I'm just gonna have that hit with the 808. So 1, 2, 3, little triplet. Same thing as the other patterns, we're copying it for 8. All right, so now I'm gonna go through and add some rolls to the hi-hats. I kind of want to change this bounce actually. I'm gonna move that over. Now I'm gonna go up to the magnet here and go to 1/3 step, get that little paintbrush, and I'm gonna put a roll down here at the end of the 2nd measure. Put something kind of low, maybe something kind of like this. Put a little lead in note. It's cool, lower the velocity a little bit. So since we put a roll on the 2nd measure, I want to follow suit with the 6th measure here. And first thing I'm gonna do is move these back like I did with the 2nd measure. And then I'm just gonna put in a roll probably up here, maybe something like this, put in our little lead in, and same thing as the other one. Maybe throw in another one in the middle here, and go back to line setting, make sure these are actually on the middle. All right, that sounds good. I think that's all the rolls I want on the hi-hats. Like I said, I want to keep it spaced out. So now I'm going to go to the snare, and I think this is where we're going to do more with the rolls. So I'm going to go back to the 1/3 step, same thing, paintbrush, so you can draw in those rolls easier. I think for the snare rolls, I probably want to go for the 4th and 8th measures for my placement. Reason being, these are going to be the measures in the arrangement that are going to have transitions. I think I want to move this down a little bit. And for the last measure, I probably want something a little bit simpler because I did a little bit more with that one. So go place one in the middle, maybe like 3, something like this. That's cool. The last thing I'm gonna do to the drums right now is just sauce up the 808s a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna do anything too complicated. Again, we wanna have space for the melodies. We can go back and change it after that. All I wanna do right now is just add some more notes. Alright, so now I honestly have no clue what I want to do for the melody. I'm just going to start with Omnisphere and we'll go from there. I probably want to use a bell or something of that sort. Alright, I'm just going to use this from now. Just kind of a basic template type of sound. Add some effects to it, see if I could salvage it. If not, I'm gonna change up the sound of the melody. And I'll open up analog and see if I find something. Alright, this is cool, but I want to shrink everything by half. Got something decent here. I'm gonna put this in the mixer track and throw some effects on this too. Go and throw some RC20 on it. Alright, I'm gonna move these up an octave and see what they sound like. Now I'm gonna open up Electra X, probably throw like a bell, key, something, some type of shorter sound. That sounds better. I want to take some of that percussiveness out the keys. Maybe put a sharper cut on it. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw in an accent. This is just one of my newly made accents. It'll be in my next kit. I think I'm gonna go ahead and mute the original pad melody and see what this sounds like. I'm gonna go ahead and EQ this one to give the bell enough high end. Alright, so I'm gonna go through, just give it a quick mix, and we'll start arranging the beat. Okay, this is more what I was looking for when I started. So that's cool, but I don't want that to happen every 8 bars. So I'm gonna go and make a second 808 pattern. Oh, that's kind of hard. Hold up. Okay. Damn, hey, you discover things by accident all the time, don't you? I'm gonna experiment with this and see what it would sound like if I had it an octave up. I have an idea. Might be a bad idea, but it's an idea nonetheless. We're gonna do this. I'm just gonna go ahead and arrange it, make the final touches and all that. All right, I think that's pretty close to, if not the final beat. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I appreciate all y'all for watching. Appreciate all y'all support, man. I really do. Yeah, like I said, that's gonna do it for this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.